Sean, here's a stat that might surprise you. 1 in 10 Americans suffer from diabetes, and many people don't even know that they are affected. Now, realizing you are affected sometimes comes with a clue. There is a change in your vision. And that's why our next guest is so important. He's bringing some information that can help people keep their
Absolutely.
eyes wide open.
Dr. Raymond Theodosis. He is an ophthalmologist with Shepherd Eye Center, and he can help you maybe get to the answers there. It's great to have you, Doctor. How are you?
Thank you. Doing well. Thanks. Thanks very much. Thanks for having me.
Let's talk about, first of all, just the numbers on diabetes alone, 1 in 10. It seems much higher than even I expected. How does diabetes affect our eyes, though?
It can have a number of effects. Going with the question you pose initially is, what are some early symptoms that someone might notice if they have diabetes? The thing that often comes up is when people don't know they have diabetes and aren't taking any medicines and certainly aren't controlling diets as they potentially should when they get the diagnosis, their sugars are often fluctuating wildly. And what happens with that is the vision can become blurry as sugars go way up for a period of time. The lens inside the eye actually swells a little bit, and it causes you to have blurry vision and a change in your need for glasses, which often prompts people to come in. And it's not too uncommon for the ophthalmologist to make the diagnosis of diabetes before the general practitioner if you're not getting regular blood tests.
It's scary to me, doctor, to hear that that is a symptom and may indicate, that you're headed towards diabetes or have diabetes, because it's in some ways, kind of a common symptom. I've started to notice as I'm in my 40s now that sometimes I notice a little bit of blurriness when I'm reading or a tad bit at night. But is there a special test? Is it something you need to mention to your doctor, or should it be maybe located or indicated rather in a general exam?
Yeah, that's where the crux of the matter is a lot of times if your sugars aren't running wild, or maybe you're not paying attention and you have a need for glasses and just don't wear them anyways, you're already blurry. The biggest thing with things like diabetes is that regular screening is how you actually take care of eyes with diabetes. The problem is that sometimes the patient either doesn't notice that they have some blurry vision for a while, and as years go by, some of the changes that you really don't notice until they're very late are not easy to recover from. And so it's key to catch changes early, to get go to your general practitioner, get your regular blood work done, come to the eye doctor, let us look at your eyes. There are some things that are much better to be prevented than tried to be fixed once they're already, damaged.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question. It's kind of like a leak in the house. If you can catch it nice and early, it's probably not going to cause a lot of rot and damage. But if you let this go on for a while, you might not be able to get it back to the way it once was.
Yeah, so that's the catch, is that the thing we're talking about is maybe your vision gets blurry a little bit early on if your blood sugars are really high. That's really no big deal. As the blood sugar comes back down, that fixes itself. Even if you control your blood sugar poorly for the next 5-6 years, you're still probably fine. There's so much wiggle room there. But as you have poor control over your blood sugar over the course of 10 years, 20 years, there are changes that sometimes don't manifest until very late, and then the cat is sort of out of the bag. So you really want to be coming in. You want to be checked. If you have symptoms, don't delay thinking, oh, this could be bad. You'd rather catch it as early as possible, so that we can do something, so we can fix it.
Absolutely. And speaking of fixing it, we can, go a long way ourselves to keep up our eye health, so that we don't have to come in and get anything fixed, that our eyes are healthy. What are some tips you have to keep our eyes healthy?
From a diabetes standpoint specifically, obviously, you want to know whether you have it or not. So you go to your primary care doctor, but also, simple things like wearing sunglasses when you're outside in the sun a lot. With the COVID era that we're in now, most of the time our struggles are simple and benign, like dry eyes, where you're staring at your computer too long. So take a break, sit back, look across the room, things like that.
No question. Well, it's time for us to start thinking about our eye health. It seems like the eye doctor is the one that we seem to skip the most, and we should probably be getting in a little bit more often and making sure that we're in tip-top shape. Doctor, it's great having you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, listen, if you haven't had your eyes checked, maybe it's time to do it with Dr. Raymond Theodosis over at Shepherd Eye Center. You can go to shepherdeye.com. You can also give him a call, the number you see right there on your screen. Shepherd Eye Center, a proud sponsor of the Morning Blend.